Here's more wrestling news for February 19th, 2023, and we're starting today with CM Punk, who hasn't been seen in AEW since All Out, and there's been questions as to where his wrestling future will lie. While some believe that he could return to WWE, the Chicago-made star could be taking his talents elsewhere, as Fightful Select reports that Punk attended last night's New Japan Battle in the Valley event. Whether Punk ends up in New Japan, WWE, or remains with AEW, the only thing we know for certain is that his wrestling future is uncertain, and we wonder if he regrets what he said and did after All Out 2022. It was at Wrestle Kingdom 17 that Mercedes Mone made her New Japan debut, over 7 months after her suspension from WWE. During Mone's time away, Triple H became WWE's head of talent and creative, and at the time, many fans thought that the game would win over one of his greatest successes to come from NXT. Obviously, that didn't happen, but that didn't stop Triple H from supporting Mone, even after her WWE exit. Speaking in a documentary journaling her New Japan arrival, Mone said that at midnight before her Wrestle Kingdom debut, she received a text message from both Triple H and William Regal. Mone was very emotional as she spoke about the text, saying it was crazy to receive amazing messages of support, especially after everything that went down last year. The former Sasha Banks may have been thrilled by Triple H and William Regal's messages of support, but in an appearance on Under the Ring, she called the decision to sign with New Japan an easy decision, as she wants to help kickstart the promotion's women's division. Battle in the Valley saw Mone challenge for the IWGP Women's Championship, and while she is now with New Japan, Mercedes Mone will never forget the support she's received from some of WWE's most important names, even after leaving the company. Since his final farewell in 2020, The Undertaker has spoken openly about his career and has hosted several One Dead Man shows, usually near major WWE events. This week saw the Phenom host a show in Montreal ahead of the Elimination Chamber, and while speaking to the Toronto Sun, he said he hopes to one day turn his show into a television special. The Undertaker did not give any date for this projected television special, but odds are A&E would jump at the chance, so we may be seeing more of the former world champion on our screens soon enough. As part of the Randy Orton-Bray Wyatt feud from 2020 to 2021, Alexa Bliss often shared the screen with the Viper, and the two had a rare intergender match at Fastlane 2021. That match saw plenty of special effects used, and would result in Bliss getting the win after help from a returning Wyatt, but her victory also scored Bliss some trouble. According to various media reports, Kim Orton, the Viper's wife, was legitimately disgruntled over Bliss's seemingly inappropriate behavior with her husband, including her pin attempt that saw her straddle the prone legend killer. Orton would even tweet about his wife's response to Bliss before deleting the post, and while Bliss has been teasing a return to her darker self, she'd be wise to keep clear of Randy or his wife. For a month and a half, there's been no bigger story than Vince McMahon's quest to find a new owner of WWE, something that seemed impossible just a few years ago. There's no shortage of big names being considered as potential buyers of McMahon's kingdom, but Triple H isn't too focused on this side of the company. Speaking on the post-Elimination Chamber press conference, the game was asked about a potential sale, but said his focus is on the superstars and keeping them satisfied. Depends on who's buying, I suppose. What the offer is, what the outcome is, stay out of it to me. That's not a cop-out answer. I have the greatest gig in the world. I helped tonight in some small way create the magic we did here tonight. To me, it's the best gig on the planet. As long as we get to do this, as long as we get to create the way we get to create it, as long as we get to do our jobs and we get to go out there and put our passion on display, as long as our talent are allowed to put their passion on display and do what we do, I'm good. It is what it is. Vince McMahon is reportedly seeking $9 billion for WWE, more than what was estimated a few weeks ago, and time will tell if a buyer is found within months, as WWE hopes. It was in late 2020 that All Elite Wrestling announced AEW Fight Forever, the company's first foray into the world of console gaming. Now, over 2 years after the game was announced, we don't even have a confirmed release date, but we now know more about what's been holding up Fight Forever. Speaking on the Swerve City podcast, Kenny Omega said that cutting the game's content to get a teen rating is a large part behind the delays. It does suck because the rating has held us back a little bit because we really wanted to get it out. the longer the time goes by, this finished product that we have of a game is just going to be a little dated, right? Sure, a lot of the same people are going to be there, but some aren't, and you're going to wonder why. I've seen this guy on TV for weeks, why isn't he in the game? It's because the game has been done, but we've had to try and get our game in a position to be rated so that we can sell it. So now, I can positively say that we're headed back in the right direction. AEW has seen plenty of changes since the game was first announced, including a new set, new signings, and some departures, but the developers don't have time to implement these changes into the game. While it has been reported that Fight Forever will release in the second quarter of 2023, nothing has been confirmed. And with an 8-figure investment into their games department, AEW is counting on Fight Forever being a hit, even if it is somewhat delayed. And we're ending with The Miz, who's been a mainstay on WWE TV for over 15 years, but this week, the Grand Slam champion recently showed his basketball skills as part of the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game. In the final moments of the game, the A-lister made the most incredible half-court basket, which unfortunately didn't count, but The Miz's incredible shot certainly excited the fans and the commentary team.